charts. You remember those, you know, at your KRIZ, KRUX top 40. And you always check to see how your favorite song was doing on that. And I picked it up, and the top 10 are all Beatles songs. And I went, good. This changes everything, you know. And I think right then is when I went, I don't really want to work in a gas station. I could do this.
I hate to think what the devil on your shoulder would tell you to do with this. Either of you ever seen them in concert? The Beatles.
I never saw the Beatles.
No, I never saw them live, but I did play at the Cavern once, and I was amazed, actually, years later, at the size of the stage. I mean, the size of the stage is like that. I mean, it's from here to there, to that speaker. It's a tiny little stage. And to stand on it, really the hair stand on the back of your neck, because you think, wow, from this place, in this cavern, it's really just an old wine cellar from the way old days. They went out and they changed the world. You know.
Well, you have to remember the bands like Paul, myself, the Beatles, I don't care who it is, all started as cover bands. I mean, every one of us started out doing 70% of our material, 80% was covers. So we learned the Beatles, that's how you learned Chuck Berry first, was probably 101. Then you learned the Beatles, the Stones, the Kinks, the Yardbirds, all these bands were our education. That's how we learned how to play. We had no idea that the Rolling Stones were selling us back our own music. I thought the Stones wrote all those songs. And then I started looking at them and I said, who's Willie Dixon? You know, and I realized that all these guys were all the old blues guys.
Started an education.
Yeah, but that's how we learned how to play. You never think of the Beatles as being a cover band, but almost all their songs. Just Dizzy Miss Lizzy, Roll Over Beethoven, all that stuff. Did a lot of Chuck Berry. Same with the Stones, a lot of Chuck Berry. He was sort of the real rock and roll architect.
Mr. Postman, Twist Shop. They did all those stuff. They sort of they percolated in Germany, really, didn't they? They were there in Hamburg and Frankfurt.
That's right.
And they slept in a cinema behind the screen with the movie still going on. And
that's amazing to think about. That everybody has humble beginnings when it comes to rock and roll.
Yeah, well, exactly.